Welcome, everybody. We had a little bit of news today. Joe Mixon missing the first 4 games, most likely, maybe more. We'll see what happens. And welcome, Pepper Tony. Welcome, Hartman. Uh, Jacoby Myers requests a trade. That's pretty awesome. Uh, we all love Jacoby. I mean, as a player, it's been hard for me to get to him in fantasy. So, but there's a lot of good situations that Jacoby could go to. So I'm very interested in what happens there. Rumors are that either ETN or Bigsby's getting moved. That's fantastic. That is absolutely amazing. We're going to go ahead and hit the join button. These can take a little while to fill. We have 6, need 4 more. We're going to do a Spoiled Banana Society today. It's a different kind of contest. I know not everybody here likes these as much on the YouTube side, but I enjoy them. And I've had a really good time doing all these. I did one earlier. I got a 102 pick. I got the Dallas build out. I got Dallas and Washington receivers and KC receivers. Felt pretty good. Really liked the team. If you're popping in on the YouTube side, if you could smash the like, that would be great. And if you're over on the X side, you want to pop over on the YouTube side, we have a poll going on over there. I don't know how to do the poll on the X app, but it is a better intro song: Captain Planet, Scooby Doo, Doug, or Rocco's Modern Life. We went non-football today. Decided to last night. I did that. It broke out into a pretty big chat on the YouTube side. So figure we're going to do that. We're going to do a theme in my Discord. I think we're going to do just a little. I'm going to make a channel tonight. And we're going to discuss that stuff. But yeah, we have. I'm ready. Hold on a second. I just got a message from Boris Wenger. I think I pronounced that right. Okay, he says that there is one Hall of Fame in the next 13 drafts, so people are chasing. So I'm probably going to do 2 of these. I've planned on doing 2 of these. Hopefully, I can get 2 of them within the chasing the Hall of Fame thing. But yeah, I hit a Hall of Fame earlier, and this draft 726 was the legendary or the jackpot that we got. I really like this team: San Francisco, New England, Atlanta quarterbacks, and then New England RB, Denver RB, Tennessee RB, Jacksonville RB. That's a lot of committee backfields that all feel really good with all good offensive line, 3 really good offensive line, and then Liam Cohen. And then Rams, Atlanta, week 17, San Francisco, Arizona, because of the Cincinnati stuff. I really like this team quite a bit. We got the stack with Drake May with the quarterback and tight end, no wide receivers. It's a little bit different of a board, but I really do like it. Thanks for the message, Boris. It is appreciated. We have, but yeah, I'm curious where we get Jacoby Myers. I know the Vikings have been calling around trying to get a veteran receiver, and apparently many teams are interested in Jacoby Myers if he's actually on the market. I could see Seattle doing it. I'm not a big believer in Cup this year, so I'm taking him because he's really good for a glue piece whenever you don't draft positions. But I could see that being a good spot for him. Tennessee, he would be fantastic on Tennessee. Like, that's exactly what they need. He's just a flat upgrade to Tyler Lockett. Like, nothing against Lockett, but Lockett he's been around for a while. And I mean, if we go here, we can look at Jacoby last year. Like, Jacoby had 15 games. He had 11.5 half-point PPR points. He had 1,000 yards, 4 touchdowns, 87 receptions on a bad offense. I think it's arguable. It's not proven yet, but I believe Cam Ward is going to be a better quarterback than what the Raiders had last year. And then you look at Lockett, and Lockett was facing more competition, right? So, but he still had 602 with about 50 receptions. So there is that. So I think that would be a really good spot. And yeah, that's something else. Jacoby does have zero leverage. But they just spent a second-round pick on Jack Besh, right? So with them spending a second-round pick on Jack Besh, I could see them moving Jacoby if they could get – like, Vele just went for a fourth. Devon Vele went for a fourth. Like, if they could get a fourth for Jacoby Myers, I think they might jump for it. I don't know, but if I were them, I would think about sending Jacoby away for a fourth. Jack Besh, like, he's just going to have a hard time beating out Tyler Lockett, right? So, or not Tyler Lockett, Jacoby Myers. So, like, I think that's actually a really good landing spot for him. And I think the Titans as a team, like, don't have, like, yes, they could use upgrades in a lot of places, but they don't really have needs anywhere but wide receiver right now. Like, Io Manor, like, I like him, but he's not ready. Tyler Lockett is pretty old. And he's just not the player he used to be, right? Like, I think that's pretty obvious. Other teams that could use him, like Buffalo, like, he does stuff that Buffalo doesn't normally do. He's that different kind of receiver. So we get in. Time to join and see if we almost got the Hall of Fame draft. That was close. We get the 101. We got Hartman. Hartman doing another one here at the 102. Good Care Degens at the 106. I'm not going to screw around. It's Cincinnati wide receiver 1 all day. No reason to even act like anything else is there. Hunar, 7AR, Hun 7A. I don't know. Don't know what you prefer to be called, sir. But yeah. And Crampy here at the 3. Crampy's been in every draft pretty much that I've done. I done one earlier today. He was in that one. He was in the one I done last night. He's absolutely killing it. Jamar Chase, absolutely. Hartman's absolutely taking Dallas wide receiver 1. That's his brand. His big bet this season has been on Dallas. I don't hate it. That's what I did at the 102. I was Rams over Dallas until the Stafford stuff. And now I do think it's Dallas. What's up, Steve? I've watched like half the games in preparation of tomorrow. Oh, he does something different. He goes Minnesota. Hartman must be AFK or something. But yeah, I've watched half the game. The games I've watched so far, there's not a lot to talk about. Like, at least on the visitor side. Like, a lot of the visiting teams seem to sit or not really start anybody. Just have a bunch of people up for roster cuts and stuff like that. So, but I'm still looking forward to it. And I had an idea. I'm like 99% sure you're up for it. But about 2 hours before our normal showtime the following week is when I think roster cuts, like the 53-man rosters, come in not tomorrow, but the following Tuesday, maybe. Roster cut day. And if that's the case, I figure since we won't have any games to go over, and so the following week. So the roster cuts will happen literally right before we normally go live, about an hour before. So I figure we could just do kind of overview that week, and kind of just talk like what else we're like, just whatever else like whatever trades happen and stuff like that. Because I think there's gonna be a lot of movement this year. It feels like there's a lot of teams really wanting to move some players, and a lot of teams like KC traded for one of their old DNs back, or defensive tackles back, Derek Nottie, for a 7th-round pick. Like, that's a huge addition, honestly. Like, that is a gigantic addition. He's a run stuffer. Like, the problem that we could have would be run stuffing this year. But we looked really good against the Bears. I will say that. So in this, we have Crampy takes Philadelphia. I think that's a brand play. I don't know if Crampy's been taking Philadelphia RB the entire time, but in a lot of the drafts I've been in, I've seen him there. So, I mean, LA wide receiver 1 all the way down to 8 feels awesome. Like that feels very good. But yeah, I'm really surprised Hartman went Minnesota wide receiver 1 here. That he must have done a couple of these and been at the front a couple times. This is my third 101, so I'm pretty happy. I think I've done about around 30. I'm going to do 6 more, and whatever I get on the wheel, because I'm going to do 4 of them today. And if you do 4 drafts in a single day, you get a spin on the banana wheel. So, and there's like a caveat to that, but I'm going to do 4 of them today, and we're going to be on the wheel tomorrow. And depending on what happens there is how many more drafts I will be doing. I have, as you've seen at the beginning, the ones I have are the ones I'm going to do. I do like this platform a lot. It's a much different thought experiment. And the last time I took Cincinnati wide receiver, though, it was actually last night. I went 3 RBs in a row, and I like the team quite a bit. Like, it did feel a little thinner at wide receiver, but I ended up going like Bucks, Indianapolis, and then I think it was Seattle. And I stopped at 3 RBs because it was by week 9, 11, and 8. And then I got another good wide receiver. I think it was New England wide receiver 1. And then I took 3 wide receiver 2s to fill in for the flexes. And only 2 quarterbacks, Drake May and Joe Burrow. And that team feels pretty solid. Like, I really like the way that team worked out. Would you stack? That's actually what I did in that draft. Is I got Burrow back, and that's generally where he goes. Like, you have an option for him at 60 generally in this, from the rooms I've been in at least. And I took Cincinnati quarterback, and then I just went ahead and double tapped it and took the Cincinnati wide receiver 2. So it was a full Cincinnati thing, minus the RB, right? So Hartman's probably going to take my KC receivers. I don't like the receivers on this end of the board. I think the RBs are pretty good over here. He did take it, but that's probably good because it is the same bye week. I like the Indy RB in this quite a bit. I might just go 2 RBs again with a different setup. I want him first. They have the 100. They have 3 points for a 100-yard bonus on this, and I think that's a gigantic thing. Like, I think that's really big. I think I'm gonna just pull up Chase Brown here, or the Cincinnati RB. We're gonna go ahead and stack the RB there. We're gonna do that. At this point, like, I'm trying to, if I get a pick on this side of the board, I'm pulling up a player that's been on this side of the board. And if I'm over on this side of the board, I'm pulling up a player from the other side. Like, I'm mixing up, like, trying to get slightly unique combos. And I'm sure people have been doing the Cincinnati RB with wide receiver, but very few of them will also would have ever pulled up Indy as well. I think the 3-point bonus for the 100 yards matters a lot. I think that negates the PPR aspect for Jonathan Taylor and myself. Oh, nice. Yeah, the site is a little different. Did you is this your first draft? So, like, I will go back. So you have the 9-hole. I'll show you how to change your name after this draft. If this is your first draft, let me know. Nice. I assume you heard of this through my channel, since you watch me all the time. It's just a different thought experiment. I enjoy the contrast nature of it. And yeah, so the point, you only start 2 wide receivers, 2 running backs, and I'll just bring it up on a different website or a different browser real quick. So right here, there's a little banana. If you click the banana, you can change your name. So so that's how you change your name. It won't do it in there. And then that pops up. And then to see the drafts you've done, if you click Manage Leagues there, it'll show every draft you've done previously. So it's a pretty solid setup, really. And then if you get a special thing, they have to go in and manually change that one, but I'm sure it'll happen. We are back over here. We got the Washington receiver. That was the other news I missed. Terry McLaurin signed today, just a gigantic deal. It was what, $30 million a year? I think Hartman said it was 3 years, $96 million or something. Let's just look it up. He is trending, obviously. And it is 3 years, $96 million. Yeah, understand. Yep. I mean, they had to do it though, right? Like, the Commanders needed to pay him. It kind of sucks for the Commanders, for like, they are going to have an older receiving core for a while, probably. Like, to me, the Commanders are a team that could take Jacoby Myers as well. Giving a third option, like a legit weapon on the outside. Let Debo do the Debo stuff. Put an actual true receiver on the outside, along with Terry. Like, that would be an absolutely dangerous offense if they decided that they wanted Jacoby, and the Raiders actually want to trade Jacoby. I'm doing it. Oh, you're doing it on mobile. I haven't tried it on mobile. I don't do very many drafts on mobile. I prefer the comfort of my PC. So we have two members of the Who crew in here. We got Hartman and we have Darkside. Taking the elite tight end. It is full PPR. In my very first draft, I took them as well. I will say, if you've not done any of these, wide receiver dry up pretty fast, and you have to start two. So, if I were you, and I'm sure you will realize this, you're almost going to be forced to take two wide receivers if there's two left there. Like sometimes San Francisco wide receiver falls back over here, and that's what I've been trying to get is the San Francisco wide receiver to drop back. I think San Francisco wide receivers mispriced by a lot. There's another wide receiver group I think is mispriced by a lot, and I think Hartman will be smart enough to take that one. We agree on this team, so if he wants him, he better go ahead and take him. This is Spoiled Banana Society Bestball. So what it is I got Cincinnati wide receiver 1. So if T. Higgins has 23 points and Jamar Chase has 12.5, I just get whichever wide receiver scored the most for that week. So I get T. Higgins score is what happens. So this is the one I was talking about. I think Carolina wide receiver 1 is massively mispriced. I'm very in on them. I don't have any Denver wide receiver. We're definitely taking Carolina. I mean, we could go Buffalo, but I already went to – if I go New England, I like the New England receiver more. It's going to force me to take a fourth. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and do that. We'll take the two that I like a little more. Yes, at 2 a.m., I just woke up before work. What's wild is I didn't go to bed until 23 hours later. When I got home from work that day, I was just wired, and I just stayed up. You can follow that up with Bill, right? And then it's like all sorts of weird. Or a good time. I don't know. Yeah, the last time I was absolutely not. Can't relate at all. Yeah, so for those of you who don't know, Big Draft Energy this past Saturday did a 24-hour live stream. It was he had a GoFundMe for charity. It was a great time. And did you end up hitting your 5,000 goal? It was still like 6 hours to go, and you were almost to 4K whenever I left. Yeah, I chose that time slot because I figured nobody would be there. Oh, it was a 4,500 goal. I thought it was 5,000. Did you hit it? This is a grammatically correct sentence. It is not because you didn't put a period there, sir. So get good, Peppertoni. Get good. Yeah, so the team right now, we have Cincinnati, wide receiver 1, Indianapolis, RB, Cincinnati, RB, Carolina, wide receiver, New England, wide receiver, both by week 14. That does kind of suck, but Bryce Young doesn't get drafted in all of these. Failed again or foiled. Same thing. Sure did. And yeah, it was insane how many people were there during the graveyard shift. Hey, no problem, man. Like, I was glad to kind of meet all the, because that was the first time talked to Updog at all, and I like in person, like in chats, we've discussed things several times, right? But that was nice. Hutch seemed pretty awesome. So did everybody, like Doug, who was on there, Biggs, and Joel. I think it was Joel, right? I don't know. There were 8 people on, and Greg. Greg is always he's amazing. Like Hall of Fame sports writer. Like it's hard not to like Greg Kellogg. I'm with you on Carolina wide receiver. A little bit more on that. I mean, Green Bay does make a lot of sense here too. I mean, if you took Carolina, it would probably been better for me. It was like Orith or Joe. Was it, or was that Doug? Was Doug? I don't know. I was barely awake. I'm surprised I remember as many names as I did, honestly. Like, and I feel bad about that. I do. Yeah, but if you would have taken Carolina, it would have been better for me because I could have stopped at 3 wide receivers with Cincinnati, Green Bay, and New England if I wanted. But because I ended up with these 2, it does force me into a third just to cover bye week 14. Like I don't want to lose a playoff spot because I didn't take a bye week or any coverage at all on a bye week. On the last week of the season. Like that would just feel bad, right? Cincinnati wide receiver 2. So Darkside didn't listen. Oh, there wasn't any. Oh, there are. Yeah, and I agree exactly. I've said this a couple times. I think Cincinnati wide receiver 2 should definitely go before Vegas wide receiver 2 and most likely Indy wide receiver 1 and Indy wide receiver 1. I personally think I like Cincinnati wide receiver 2 maybe more than Buffalo wide receiver 1, honestly. Like that one I know a lot of people can't get behind, but I kind of do. Now I'm going to take a share of all of them because I'm going to have like 30 some teams. So I'm going to kind of, I'm going to mix my exposures around. But this is one of like a chalk exposure for me. Yeah, that's what it was. He was the guy from Boston. But yeah, if you want to know more about the Spoiled Banana Society Bestball, let me know, Disco. But it's a lot different. You only start 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, 1 quarterback, but you have team defense as well. So you do team defense and quarterback, no kicker. Yeah, it's a different concept for sure. And I don't know how and maybe Boris could say something or Richard. The owners are actually watching. I'm sure they've already commented something. We have 78 live on X right now. I want to thank all of you for watching, but I assume that this is actually available in Ontario as well. I don't know, but I know some things are and some things aren't. I don't like this, and I understand why they're falling, but I'm definitely taking KCRB here. I thought I was going to be done. Ooh, that kind of does the same thing for me. We'll take our only share of Las Vegas wide receiver 1. Hendrickson just signed with the Bengals. That's nice. So we have bye week 11 and 10 here. There will not be another RB that comes back. Yeah, we're going to play very thin at quarterback and defense. And I generally like to go 3 defenses, but the way the boards fell, I'm going to stack bye week 10s and bye week 14s. So I'm going to need 4 RBs and 4 receivers for this. I probably should have just went ahead and taken Joe Burrow there, but I didn't. we'll see if he comes back. I doubt it, but like I'm not that worried about it. I would not mind. There's a couple guys I don't mind that are still out there. And I don't have a single team with Geno Smith, so we could absolutely do the Geno thing later in the draft. And if I have to go unstack quarterback, I have to go unstack quarterback. It's not the end of the world. There's a couple of those I actually really like, and one specifically that I like that'll be available back here at pick 80. Um, so let's look and see what that's actually huge news. Hendon Hooker getting released. Trey Hendrickson is a $14 million raise. So it's just a 1-year signing, huh? So it's 30 million for this year is what it looks like, unless I'm reading that wrong. So that's yeah, and Terry absolutely got his bag. I mentioned that earlier, that you were the one that said it in a chat that I was watching. But yeah, Terry got his bag for sure. Darkside is absolutely feeling the heat of the wide receivers now. But I mean, he's going to, like, Drake London could just be what you need this year as well. I'm going to do this just to make it feel like I have a chance. I know I don't. I know that he's going to go naked, or the dark side will go ahead and take him. And something else I've kind of mentioned is I think taking, and this kind of hurts me for this, like for the chance to pass him, but once he goes, I will go through my little spiel about wide receiver twos. He's like, you ain't pushing no Joe Burrow on me. So you got the Buffalo quarterback and Cincinnati quarterback. I like it. Absolutely wrecked Darkside, wrecked me. Gotta like it. Amari Cooper to the Raiders? I don't see that at all. Is that an actual thing? Wow. I wonder if Jacoby heard that was happening, and that's why he requested the trade. I wonder. Like, I'm not sure, but I wonder. It makes me feel a lot better about my Jack Best shares. If Jacoby leaves and he's just got to fight through Amari Cooper, the ghost of Amari Cooper, like, yeah, I feel pretty good about that. I didn't think Cooper looked very good last year at all. But I also didn't think like DeAndre Hopkins looked very good. So a lot of the older guys I thought kind of showed some decline. And a lot of those players I am absolutely not in on this year. So every once in a while an RB will snake back this way. It's not going to happen in this draft. I've got on the front half of the board, I have gotten the Giants to fall back. The Giants are usually the last RB to go, and with good reason. Like, I don't understand why Jacksonville is one of the last ones. Yeah, I just read that. Amari actually did sign. Raiders trying to meet minimum transaction numbers. What do you mean minimum transaction numbers? I don't think that's a thing, is it? Or you mean like minimum salary? So, yeah, what I was going to say about the wide receiver 2 is I think if you end up having to go with wide receiver 2s because you tried some stuff and it didn't work out, I think the best thing to do is actually take the quarterbacks with the wide receiver 2s. So this is what I was talking about. We're going to go ahead and take Denver tight end with Denver quarterback there. We have the KC bring back on that game. That was something I was willing to do and I wanted to do if Burrow didn't make it back. That's kind of why I wanted KC RB there over Burrow, is because I haven't taken any Denver quarterback. I've got a share or two of Denver tight end with KC quarterback on this side of the board. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. This is bullish. It's also bullish for Michael Mayer, right? Like maybe they're just going to run 12 personnel a little bit, right? Oh, yeah. I mean, maybe they're not playing wide receivers. Maybe they're just going to play Ashton Genty, Brock Bowers, Michael Mayer, and 7 linemen, right? Would that work? Yeah. Yeah, that would work. They're just going to run like goal line and then split both their tight ends out. I think that's what they're going to do. Every once in a while, they'll throw some receivers out there to try to, fool the defense. Sounds like a good plan. Yeah, no, I kind of just think that that's incredibly bullish for Jack Besh and Dante Thornton. So, because Besh has looked okay, but in no world was he going to beat out Jacoby this year. If Jacoby leaves and he's just got to go through Amari, I think he could do that. I think that's a very doable thing. I'm not sure what the rest of you think, but I do think that is very, very doable. Man, I'm ready for this Jaguars RB trade that's about to happen. So how much did Amari sign for? I don't see a number. Just seeing the somebody posted it was OTL just posted something pretty funny if you follow him on X. So about that, it was just a picture of the 3 signings of the veterans going back to their teams, and then a picture of Dan Marino, Jerry Rice, and Randy Moss, all in their uniforms, at current age. It's pretty good stuff. Yeah, Jacoby to the 49ers. That's the first thing. That's one thing that I've thought of. I didn't say that. I said that the Vikings probably instantly called. The second they heard, and Jordan Schultz reported that many teams called and asked if he was actually available. So I wonder if as soon as he reported, hey, I want one of two things happened. Either Jacoby found out that Amari's going to go back, and he wanted he didn't like the way that the offense is moving, so he wants to go somewhere else so he can be more productive. Or look at this: Cincinnati wide receiver 2, LA, Dallas, and Detroit. You are building out a squad. You're done at tight end, done at RB. Yeah, you're going to make that work. You still got spots for two quarterbacks and two defenses and a bonus pick. Yeah, there's a lot of teams that it would be really, really good for Jacoby Myers, though. I still think the Titans would be the nut outcome for him. The Titans, to me, it would be perfect. Oh, I forgot that he was negotiating contract. I've not like I have no way to say it, or no way to know because I've not done it on mobile. Like doing any draft for the first time on mobile is generally hard, right? Like the mobile apps are usually not as clean as the browsers. So mistakes were made. Mistakes were made, says Darkside Dev. So we've only got 10 votes in the poll. I am going to put. Here we go. We got those of you over on X. If you could hit the chat up, click the link, go over to the YouTube side. If you enjoy the content, if you like this, please think about giving me a sub. And if not, go watch the video live and vote in the poll. We're trying to figure out which is the better intro song from old cartoons. And this is an ongoing poll that I've been doing. Started last night. Captain Planet, Scooby-Doo, Doug, or Rocco's Modern Life. Last night, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles won. I think I'm going to make a whole bracket thing in my Discord and make a whole like extra channel to just discuss this because to me, it's fantastic. All right, so we hopefully get him. We do not. We will go ahead and take I don't. So something I do like to do is I like to take. We can't actually do that. Remove that. I don't like the tight ends in this area that much. Let's. I think we're going to go with Green Bay tight end here. So we got to vote for Johnny Bravo here. I'll try to remember to put that in there whenever we like. I'll basically take nominations in my Discord, and we'll do it as like for it in the streams. We'll basically have that as a poll question, or maybe just do it over Twitter. I don't know. We'll figure out a way to do the polls. It'll be 4 question or 4 answer polls, and we'll probably do like a little tournament. So any nomination will be used, assuming I remember the nomination. So yeah, we have a request here for Johnny Bravo. So the team right now, we got Cincinnati wide receiver 1, Indianapolis RB1, Cincinnati RB1, Carolina, New England, and Vegas wide receiver 1s. I'll buy the dip there. I still prefer Cincinnati wide receiver 2. And if Cincinnati wide receiver 2 made it down here, I probably would have just taken would have taken them and then Joe Burrow and then called it good with 2 bye week 14s and 2 bye week 10s. Wrote a little variance. Then we got KC RB1 with the bring back of Denver tight end, Denver quarterback. Minnesota defense has been really good for a while. And Green Bay tight end. We are going to go here and where is that? I'm still. There we go. Put the music on. We're going to turn it down a little bit. Let me know if it's too loud. I need just a few seconds. I'll be back. All right. Needed I keep forgetting to move my fan to face me whenever I start. And I know it doesn't make sense, but maybe Disco can let me know, or Hartman. But I tend to get hot whenever I stream. I don't know why, but I tend to get hot while I'm streaming. No idea. Doesn't really make sense. I'm just sitting here. But maybe it's because my mind's moving a lot more. So we're going to be doing another one of these. How many did you buy passes? Did you actually reach out to them? Because I put that in my Discord for people, like, because the people in my Discord, there's only a few of us, and they're all absolutely Bestball Degens. There's only 30 of us in there. I think it's slightly over 30 now, but I put it in there and was letting you know, because there for a while they were giving, like, they were running promos for new people. I'm not positive if those are still going on. I know one of their promos ended recently, so I'm not going to say that their promos are or are not active, but yeah. I'm just kind of curious about that. Yeah, the difference in thought for this versus the regular is different. And, like, I think you can go thinner for your bye weeks too. And it's only 15 rounds. Like, I don't know if you noticed, but it's 15 rounds instead of 18 or 20. But you're not drafting the wide receiver. At no point will you ever have a wide receiver 3 on your team. Hey, what's up, Bink? Yeah, it's a different thing. So a couple of you seem to be newer, but yeah, it's full PPR with, like, basically DK scoring for anybody who does DraftKings. 100 yards is a bonus 3 points. For rushing or receiving, a 300-yard passing game, I believe, is 3 points. I mean, we can I'll just bring it up on the other screen. So quarterback, 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, 1 tight end, 1 flex, 1 defense. And then the points are passing for 4, passing yards, normal, 300, -1 for interception. So everything's the same except a 300-yard passing game, 100-yard rushing game, and 100-yard receiving games, and it's full PPR, right? So it is quite a bit different. And so we are going to dig deep, and we're going to take Carolina quarterback. And we do need a second RB. I think we'll wait on that. So I think I want a third quarterback here. I don't know. I'm going to go ahead and take my second defense. I've been taking a bit of New England defense. Their special teams has been pretty nutty to make sure. Yeah, Minnesota's bye week 6, so we are good to do that. So I'm going to be done. Since I took earlier defenses, I'll be done there. I'm okay being done with these 2 quarterbacks. I mean, I'm pretty open. I absolutely need another RB. Yeah, and the defense, we will go back to this tab. Defense this is the scoring for defense. I generally go for the the higher sack team, like have one team that I believe will be higher in sacks. My go-to is actually the Browns because they haven't been 100% drafted. I mean, has Bigsby or ETN been traded yet? Because I personally think the ETN's the one that gets traded if one of them gets traded. And in my first quarter, wow, Kyle Trask is going to be released by the Bucks. That is not expected by me. I really like Kyle Trask. There are some teams that could actually use him as a backup for sure. So yeah, in my first quarter contest, this is my first quarter contest. I've done 16 of them. I've got 43% Tank Bigsby. So if I'm wrong, like I want the Jacksonville RB game, like running backs, because Jacksonville plays Carolina, and then the second week they play Cincinnati. So to me, I think that it's Bigsby. I do think that it's an awesome play though, like for sure. Whoever it ends up being, either Tank or ETN, whichever RB it is, I think is the right one. If you didn't see today, they were talking about wanting to move one of the two. The rumors are they're wanting to move one of those two RBs. So that's very bullish for Tootin for later in the season. So I don't know. I did make a couple DFS lineups. I can show you after, like later, if you're still here, what I did. I'm not a DFS pro by any means. I dabble around. I get some teams in the money. Never make the big money. I think Drake London week 1 looks awesome. Like really, really good. And Malik Neighbors to me versus the Commanders, I don't know if that's going to be chalk, but on DraftKings he's 7,000. And if I have the money, I just pay up for Malik Neighbors. Like I feel like week 1 Malik Neighbors versus the Commanders is as good of a matchup as you can get. He's 1,000 less than, or he's like 700 less than like Jefferson and some of the other players, and he gets the Commanders. Like I think that's an awesome play myself. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think if I'm going to pay up for a player, I did pay up to be contrarian with Jonathan Taylor on a team, I believe. And I left $1,000 on that team as well. So just like, and it still feels good. Like there's so many values week 1. Yeah, exactly. I did my showdown slate for the first game, and I put Turpin. Turpin is the captain. Saquon Barkley, Jalen Hurts, Devonta Smith, Dak Prescott, and George Pickens. Was what I ended up going with. Henderson's basically the same. Ricky Pearsall is like that price on DK. Ricky Pearsall is. That which is wild. Absolutely wild. Like I think Ricky Pearsall will be chalk. Like it's such a good play right now. And I think that may be chalk you eat. Like I think they play Seattle week 1, and I guess Seattle's supposed to have a reasonable defense, so maybe not. Like I think I took them on one of my 4 I think I did 4 lineups. They were all like tickets I had. Is the only reason I've done them. I just wanted to make sure to get them in case I forgot about the tickets. But the Ricky Pearsall thing looks pretty awesome. we'll go ahead and take them, and I think we're going to take a third tight end as well. We'll take them. Let's make absolute. Okay, we are. Oh no, we have to take RB. We'll go Tampa Bay RB2. Yeah, that's actually the very first lineup I did was a Michael Penix, Drake London, Bucky Irving bring back. Actually, it was an Igbuka bring back because Igbuka's 4,700. Yeah, so I'll bring it up. So Hartman, we'll go over the rosters. I like your team, yeah. Minnesota, New England, KC. You got the KC stack. I assume you took New England tight end, yeah. I almost took New England tight end. You should have taken New England tight end there. I already said that I wasn't taking a defense. But yeah, I think you did. You have enough at wide or a quarterback. I can't get behind the Miami RB1 with Achane soft tissue thing. Like, I love Achane, and if he's healthy, he's an absolute smash. And with him going at this turn every time, like if I take him, I'm gonna pull him up a little, just to have a little bit of a different build. Chicago and New England. Yeah, I think your team works. Minnesota RB1 is very good. Like it's a crowded backfield. Like both of these, they're probably going to split carries, but if one of those guys gets hurt, it's probably an awesome backfield to have a part of. We got 17 watching. We got 9 likes. If you could, please smash the like. We will be doing another one of these. I'm going to go ahead and hit join draft right now. We are joining a draft at the moment on the other screen, and apparently it filled instantly. So and we got the 110 on that one. So we will be doing a second one, and it is already queued up. It is right here, but we will let this one finish out. Oh yeah, Achane's the only member of that offense I feel good about. Is where I'm at. So I did not expect the other one to fill instantly. I hadn't looked at the draft bot, so I did not know. So our team, Denver, Carolina, quarterback, a little thin, but fine. Running back, Indy, Cincinnati, KC, Tampa RB2, just to make sure I get points by week 10. Cincinnati wide receiver 1, Carolina wide receiver 1, New England. And I needed a third or a fourth because they both are by week 14. So I got the Raiders, and then Denver, Green Bay, Carolina tight ends, Minnesota, New England. It's a solid team, not a fantastic team, but a solid team. The other draft is live. Once I make my 2 picks, I will definitely be doing a. I'll go back and recap Dark Side's first team on this site. Have they said? They haven't said who's the starting quarterback yet. I still think it's going to be Russ, but I think that Russ is just on a very short leash. Sometimes these take a little while to fill. Just so you know, I'll be doing one off stream later if you want. If you're in the Discord, I can let you know whenever I'm queuing up. or you could just do one now. Like I'm shocked that it filled in. I recommend you try it on PC since you said that it wasn't great there. So in the second lobby, Crampy also here gets the 101. Happy Corgi, Good Care Degen also here. Crypto HX, Buck, Champ, Ace John. Credibles. I've not seen Credibles yet. All these other drafters I've seen, except for I might have seen this one. I don't know. Yeah, we went over a bunch of the news. There was a bunch of news. So I think that the running backs that come back in the next round are better than the wide receivers overall. Looks like Ace might be autoing. Yeah, so do I want... Yeah, I'm just going to take the chalk here, and with Giants and Houston wide receiver, and I'll get different at the next end. I'll pull somebody up probably over here. Some people's votes. So there are many uncultured people in your audience. What do you mean? Oh, I guess I don't. I don't think you said the sentence the way you meant to say it, Mike Rob. I think that was a fail. Maybe my mind's just blown. I don't know. It could be either. It could absolutely be either. So we will go back to this screen. So was it this one? I'm looking for Darkside's team. It wasn't that one. Was it this one? Yeah, here we go. Darkside's team, a single defense, Seattle. So he's going to get 0 points week 8. So also with this, it is 2 of 10, 2 of 10, 2 of 10 advance. So 2 of 10 through the first 14 weeks, and then 2 of 10 pods to a finals. That the finals is just as many people that are available. So we got, that's an awesome tight end room. Vegas and Baltimore, Seattle solo defense, all the high volume wide receiver twos with Atlanta. Like that's a pretty interesting strategy. And then Baltimore, Jets, Denver, Jets RB2. I like correlating the RB1 and RB2 on the same team. Like I done that once with Denver. I took Denver RB1 and 2. I think that on some of these split backfields, that's probably a decent way to go. I don't know how great it is, but I mean that's free, right? Like that's basically a free pick. And then Atlanta, Jacksonville. So it's not a draft I would personally do. I would have cut KC wide receiver 2 for a second defense. And I would have cut the Jets RB2 and just been good with the bye week 7, bye week 9, bye week 12 of those 3. And added another quarterback probably, or another defense. Like I would have cut one of the wide receiver 2s, added an extra quarterback and a defense. But that's just what I personally would have done. That doesn't make it right. So he agrees KC receiver was a mistake. Was it an I don't know what I'm doing on this app mistake or what? To retire with that team that drafted him cute. Oh, Amari? Yeah. Yeah, I hadn't even thought about that. Speaking of Amari Cooper and the Raiders, for those of you who remember this game, there was a Thursday night game. I went to this game. I went to this game live. There was a Thursday night Kansas City Raiders game. Amari Cooper, they were down by 2, I think it was. Amari Cooper had like 4 steps on our DB. Derek Carr launches the ball, and the ball just like fluttered for no reason, and Amari lost it. And we won the game because it was like under 2 minutes to go. He got loose deep, and he should have scored. Absolutely should have scored. That was the infamous wire game. That Thursday night where Derek Carr threw the ball up, and that cam that sucks, that ruins every game, ruined that game absolutely for the Raiders, because the refs, like if the refs had noticed that it happened, it would have been a replay of downs because there was interference. But yeah, I was at that game, and that game was pretty wild. I don't. Let's see. I think I want Green Bay RB. I haven't taken them yet here. I was hoping San Francisco wide receiver would make it. They did not. So I might just do a big stack on Green Bay here. I could go. Yeah, we're going to do the Green Bay thing here. And we're going to be done at wide receiver. So we got double Green Bay. We're done at wide receiver. So we got Giants, Houston, Green Bay wide receivers, and Green Bay RB1. Okay, so it's whoever scored the most points that week. If J.K. Dobbins scores 9 points and R.J. Harvey scores 7 points, RB1 is always whoever scored the 9 points. And RB2 is always whoever scores the 7 points. So every week, like if Jamar Chase gets hurt, you still have whatever wide receiver scores the most points every week for Joe Burrow, right? So that's another thing that's positive about this is it does still hurt your team whenever you were taking, like if you were taking Houston RB expecting Joe Mixon to play a lot this season, right? Like it still hurts that Joe Mixon's not there, but it doesn't kill you. You still get production, right? So I guess taking 2 on the same team, you don't need a big scoring week. I mean, it's still best ball. So this is best ball, and we will go back to this one. 1 quarterback, 2 RBs, 2 wide receivers, 1 tight end, 1 flex, 1 defense. 15 person pods. First place is 8.13 Ethereum, which I think Ethereum's like something like 4,000 or something right now. So pretty sizable. Like that's a gigantic difference between first and second. But then they have some gamifying of it. They have like a Hall of Fame thing, like 5% of drafts become Hall of Fame, and which is so your team plays in the fantasy playoffs, and like you still go through the 2 of 10, and then you do a sprint on top of it. So all the teams that qualify that were in the Hall of Fame drafts have a sprint between just the teams that qualified from the Hall of Fame drafts. So, and then only the person that gets first in the Hall of Fame, I believe, gets that. So it's only the guy. So it's still like $5,000, but it's just a bonus entry you get. And then they have weekly winners attached to the tournament as well. So any week out of basically it looks like it's going to be 900 and some teams drafted, or 900 and some pods drafted, which is 9,000 teams. So every single week you have a chance to get 10 times your max entry, just as a little bonus. Like if you were number one point scorer for the entire week, you just get like basically 10 entries for free. So there's a lot of gamifying within this as well. So we will go back to, and what's up, Sladen? A moment of silence for Jack Besh's 8 minutes of buy window for the Raiders. I think I was just saying I think it's very bullish for Jack Besh that that probably means they are going to trade Myers, and that Jack Besh has to fight through Amari Cooper instead of Jacoby Myers, because I think we can all agree at this point in their careers, Jacoby Myers is the better player, right? Like, I don't know about you. I think that's not even close. I think at this point in the career, having to beat out Amari Cooper is a much more feasible task than Jacoby Myers. This being somebody who only has like 3.5% Jacoby Myers, the old exposure blanket. There is something that's going to come here that I actually kind of like quite a bit. Did we brainstorm a funnier landing spot for Amari? Why? Yeah, I will absolutely take. I think this is a pretty easy pick. I don't know. Maybe I think I'm gonna go with the double RBs here. Which ones do I want though? I'm going to take New England RB. They definitely look like they want to run the ball. The best case scenario, I think, is honestly the Titans. Like without joking, and I kind of like. Yeah, we'll go Seattle. I've got a bunch of Seattle RB in this, so we can't this team feels good enough to be done at both positions. Steelers would be a good spot. That's a good shout out. But we all know that it's just a matter of time before Alan Lazard is on the Steelers. So there's no reason for them to go ahead and also get Jacoby Myers, because we are going to get, at some point, especially now that Josh Reynolds is wide receiver 2, guaranteed there at the Jets. You think Aaron Rodgers, as soon as Roman Wilson drops a pass in a game, it's like lights out, right? Yeah, Jets would be awful for Jacoby. I think that the honest best case scenario would be the Commanders. I think you put Jacoby and Terry McLaurin on the wings and let Debo do all the in the middle of the field stuff. I think it would be an incredibly scary offense. Not that they're not pretty scary already with just Jaden, but Jacoby would kind of fit what they need. You got Zach Ertz and Debo roaming in the middle of the field. Debo doing all the extra stuff that Debo does at the line of scrimmage. Eckler coming out of the backfield, also a monster. I think that would be an insane landing spot for the Commanders as a team. I think it would make I actually think it would make Debo a better pick. Reuniting with the Patriots would actually make a lot of sense as well. But they love Pop Douglas. But he's an outside receiver, so he can do all the outside receiver stuff. So that's perfectly fine as well. It has been a big news day. like the Kyle Trask thing is pretty wild. Like I did not expect them to keep Teddy Bridgewater and cut Kyle Trask myself. So do you? Jacoby's a pick that I made a lot in Eliminator, but I didn't make in other formats. So let's look at what's available here. I don't take very much. I don't think I've taken any Philadelphia quarterback on this contest. This could be a team I do it. It would make sense here. I feel decently strong everywhere. So I think I will, and if not, so we still have all these RBs available. I'm going to do what I was saying earlier. I think that this situation, like, it may be bad, but it could just be very, very strong. Like, if they do what they did last year, it's very strong. So the team right now, we got Philadelphia quarterback, Green Bay RB1, New England RB1, Seattle RB1, Jacksonville RB1. So we got our two really, like, we got three awesome pieces, and then Jacksonville as well. And then we got Giants, Houston, Green Bay. So we're going to bank on the Giants and Houston. And then Green Bay as a fill-in for the bye weeks feels good. And I love Golden. So we are done at both of those positions. And we're definitely going to go probably just two quarterbacks. So if we go one more quarterback, that means we're going to go 3 tight end and 3 defense on this team, most likely. And I'll probably just go ahead and pull up, I won't need to take him here, but I'll probably just go ahead and pull up Jordan Love for my next pick just to make sure I get him. That way I have my 2 quarterbacks. I have the big stack. And then I can take I know I was hoping Baltimore tight end would have been super nice, but that's what I would have taken if Philly quarterback wasn't available. Myers does sound like a Jets-ass wide receiver. He really does. I can't. To me, the Commanders, from what team would be the scariest with them, makes sense. Jacoby Myers to Seattle. I mentioned that as well because he could basically he's a younger version of Cooper Kupp, right? I guess not really. It would be bad for Torrey Horton if that happened, but I think the best situation could be Denver, but there's no way that happens. Absolutely no way. The Eagles seem to like to trade for wide receivers all the time. And honestly, there's a team out there that we all love to draft that doesn't have a wide receiver 3 that anybody cares about, and that's the Bengals. If the Bengals took Jacoby Myers as a possession guy to allow Chase, to free up, to free everybody up, allow T. Higgins to dominate downfield, they would have to respect Jacoby Myers. Yoshi Ross is a fine wide receiver, but he's not Jacoby Myers. And if they could add him, I haven't looked at the cap numbers. Maybe I'll go ahead and do that right now. Audric Estime cut. Who would have thought? I wish I would have never let Off the Schneid talk me into getting 2% of them. Estime is a guy who could get picked up, though. by another team. So Jacoby Myers is signed through 2027. He gets $8 million a year. He's getting $8 million this year. Or no, he's getting 14. He's getting 15 million this year. All right, so we are taking them, and I think we go ahead and take a. We're just going to build out all of Green Bay here. So we got Green Bay quarterback, we got Green Bay tight end, we got Green Bay wide receiver, we got Green Bay running back. We've got all the Green Bay. All of it. Nobody else gets it. Only us. We're the only ones that get Green Bay. You all can do whatever you want. We got Green Bay. Baltimore defense worthless because they play Green Bay week 17. How dare you? How dare you go against my strategy, Ace John? I can't believe it. You see this master at work over here, just slamming all the Green Bay all over the place. And you're like, actually, they don't. And then you're like, oh, well, this guy doesn't know anything. He knows nothing. So we're taking Baltimore defense. Not that the rest of the year matters. Like, all that matters week 17, guy. That's all that matters. All the money's won week 17. What are you doing? This guy over here obviously knows what he's doing. All the Green Bay, man. And you just said, "What? This guy over here is a clown? How dare you?" Anyway, Jacoby is making a, yeah. I mean, Tutu Atwell's making $10 million, right? Yep. Somebody, Adam beat you to it, Sladen. This next, I'm just waiting to see what happens with the Jaguars' backfield, because what if one of those players gets moved? It's gigantic for Week 1 DFS. I only draft the Titans and Steelers defenses for that reason. How good? Yeah, I mean, the Steelers' defense in this is insane because they play the Browns Week 17, who's probably going to be playing Dylan Gabriel. How good will the Packers' defense need to be this year? I feel like they may miss playoffs again. That division's tough. That division's really tough. So I don't have the Packers making the playoffs, but I don't have them like far away. Part of the reason I'm mildly fading Josh Jacobs and I'm very heavy on Golden is because I think they're going to be playing from behind a lot. I just think that I think their defense will be mediocre-ish and their offense isn't going to be explosive and they're going to tend to get behind. Like, I think maybe their offense will be explosive, but it wasn't last year. Like, Josh Jacobs was an animal, but like, this is a very contrarian team to the way that I build. It's kind of weird that I took Philly quarterback and Green Bay. Like, I like Jalen Hurts a lot. I'm around the field on him in other contests. I just on SBS, I just haven't got to him. Like, I tend to think that hitting 3 quarterbacks in this format feel better than the elites because you're drafting names versus drafting positions matter a lot at some of these positions, right? Like Jacksonville RB1. Tennessee, to me, is like the most mispriced thing on the board, but I could be wrong. So we need defense and we need tight ends. That's all we need right now. Philadelphia is the absolute goated pick for us. We have New England, Seattle, Jacksonville. We want... I think we're just going to double tap tight end here. We'll take them and yeah, I think we just double tap the top two tight ends there. Green Bay, Philadelphia, and Dallas tight ends. We have 3 picks left. That's 3 defenses. That feels pretty solid. Like, that's kind of how I wanted to. Like, there wasn't a defense that was left that I felt like I wanted, like, really wanted to pull up. So I'm fine just taking shots on guys. And whenever I'm taking the shots, like, if I would have taken any, it would have been New England's right there. Because I like to take the defense with my RBs for game script stuff for week 17. So, like, I'll just go ahead and queue up all the ones that I have. And who was the last one? It was Jacksonville. And Jacksonville plays against Jacksonville's like a sneaky one for this as well, because they play Indy the last week of the season. Jonathan Taylor has historically gotten hurt, and Daniel Jones is historically not a great quarterback, and Anthony Richardson, if he's in there, could just throw a bunch of picks or have fumbles or whatever, do Anthony Richardson things, have an offense that's not capable. I think he looked a lot better this year. I think he personally done enough to win the job. The Colts did not think so. So that's where we're at. But, like, if things kind of fall apart in Indy this year, Jacksonville defense week 17 could actually be kind of decent. Okay, so Jacoby put up 1K with AOC and Desmond Ridder. Yeah. What do you guys think of the Joe Mixon stuff? Like, if Joe Mixon only misses the first 4 games, like, it didn't say he's only missing 4. It says he's missing at least the first 4, right? So if he only misses 4 games, like, if we go to my sheet, I'm pretty positive that Joe Mixon missed exactly 4 games last year. Now, that doesn't mean he wouldn't miss more. He missed 3. So Joe Mixon missed three games last year with a 15.89 ADP, or points per game. Even if he misses 6 games and you get him a pick 110, 15, like almost 16 points a game is an absolute smash, right? So, like, if we're expecting him to miss the first 4 and then 2 additional at some point, at pick 100-ish, like, he probably is a smash. I was just kind of worried, like, I've heard a lot of rumors on what people think it is, but the one thing that's for sure is it wasn't structural damage. Like, it's not structural with what's going on. So, to be honest, at this point, I'm more scared of Mixon than Judkins. I'm scared of both. Like, I ain't gonna lie. I am absolutely scared of both. The timing of the Mixon procedure feels pretty good, in my opinion. After all, he didn't get injured. Yeah. And I'm not a doctor, and, like, I'm just gonna relay what I've heard from other people, and I'm not saying that this is true, but I've just heard that it's basically an infection. And if that's true, like, but it's an infection that's kept him out the entire summer, like, what's saying that if it is an infection, like, how much does it hurt, right? Like, because it's been the entire summer and he's not practiced, not been with the team, not done anything, right? That's a really bad thing. And that's all like hearsay stuff, if that is what's going on. But that's also something that feels like it should have been cleared up, if that's all it is, right? Which is why it's so scary. If that's like, there are all kinds of wild theories out there on what's actually going on. They haven't came out and said anything specifically, but he did get moved off of the NFI list into the inactive list. So I think it was inactive list. So that is a positive. That's like positive news, honestly. So at pick 110-ish, 100 to 110, I think I'm in on Joe Mixon. The Judkins stuff still feels really weird. Well, right, yeah, that's the thing. Like, I've never had an infection that lasted that long. I know people that have like gout that have really bad infections for a week or two at a time. But like it eventually clears up. So I don't know. Yeah, and like if you're an RB bro and you have 3 solid RB, like basically for both builds, like if you're a 0 RB bro and your first is like Caleb Johnson and your second is Travis Etienne, you might need Joe Mixon to bail you out down the stretch. But if you already have like Bijan Robinson, Josh Jacobs, and Kenneth Walker on your team, like adding Joe Mixon, like there's 0 risk. Like, what's the difference between Joe Mixon and Bashal Tootin on that team? The one is that Mixon may not play, but that team could survive, but it gives you an extra shot to absolutely bury people, right? Yiggity yo, Aaron Sandy. Thanks for popping in. I wouldn't touch Mixon. Dude's been dealing with this for months. We hear nothing now out until October passed. Yeah, like I said, I have a really hard time with it, but like I think that if he was healthy, I was one of the guys who thought that like early 50s was a great spot for him. Like really, really good spot. So in the newer contest, like I don't mind getting a share or 2 of him. Like I had almost 16% whenever the NFI thing happened. So like I'm down. But like in the new contest, I still don't have much, and I don't mind. And yeah, like Hartman was saying, he likes Tennessee defense in this. They do get to play the Saints. So we will go over my team, and then we will jump over to Underdog and do a first quarter draft. I do know that the Superflex Rottweiler is out. I don't expect that to fill today. I'm probably going to do one tomorrow. Probably going to try to coax Steve into like, maybe I'll do a shared one with Steve. I don't know. I really like the Rottweiler. We may do some draft tomorrow. There won't be as much to talk about, I don't think. Mixon was a great value before the news broke. Yeah, like the thing is what competition is there, right? There's also a Twitter doc saying his sources have told him that stuff made. Yeah, I do know that happened, but sometimes they're right, sometimes they're wrong. Yeah, Patriots and Cleveland to me are very underrated. So the team: Philadelphia, Green Bay quarterback, we did the Green Bay super stack here. We didn't get their defense, but that's fine. Green Bay RB1, New England RB1, Seattle RB1, Jacksonville RB1. Feels good. And then Giants wide receiver 1, Houston wide receiver 1. Like, we're using them to anchor. And then Green Bay just to fill in the bye weeks. Green Bay tight end, Philly tight end. Both quarterbacks stacked with their tight end with Dallas. Then New England, Seattle, Jacksonville. I love this draft. The last time I drafted for the 10 hole, I took a running back in the first round. I didn't like the draft as much. I think you go wide receiver at the back end of this draft, specifically, because of how pushed up wide receivers are on this site. I think that is what you should do. I want to thank everybody watching on X. We have 107 watching over on X. I'm going to link my video on YouTube in the chat. If you could, please pop over. If you like the content, take the time, pop over, give me a sub, give me a like. And then, I don't know if you guys, we're done with the SBS for the day. I enjoyed it. Good luck to everybody. If you do leave, that's fine. I understand. You came here for the Spoiled Banana Society stuff. But we're going to come on over to the Underdog site, and we're going to do some first quarter drafts. And we are going to start in 10 seconds. First quarter to 20-second picks. I really want to do both Rottweilers, but man, funds are starting to be an issue. And I want to do a lot of these. And also, if you come over to the YouTube side, if you go to the YouTube thing, I have my own Discord. We talk football quite a bit. I have a little channel for the Banana Ball. It's not really being used that much. I think it will be, but I am looking forward to the season on the Banana Ball. I think I've built some really good teams for Banana Bestball. And I still have 2 more to do tonight. Or I got 1 more to do. I already did 1 today. I'm still going to do 1 more tonight. I will post in my Discord whenever I'm going to do my extra one. Probably, I might just do it as soon as I'm done on stream here. I'm going to do 1 of these. I might do 2 of these. I love these. We got the 108. We got Pepperoni at the 112. We got Dak 44 Lamb at the 4. I don't see anybody else. So for those of you who don't know, the first quarter, it's week 1, 2 of 12 advance. Week 2, 2 of 5 advance. Week 3, 1 of 4 advance for the 374 seat final. And first prize is a $15,000. So I hope that every quarter they have one of these. I really want them to every quarter to do one. I think it would be great. At least the first 3. I think it would be awesome to do that. So RBs do get pushed up in this format a little bit. Because I personally do it as well because it is an eliminator style thing. But Bijan has an amazing schedule. Saquon Barkley has a really good starting schedule. NC doesn't have, and Chase Brown don't really have those awesome schedules. I'll just take Jefferson here. I believe he's going to be fully healthy. He's the absolute alpha target weeks 1 through 3 for sure right now. It's just him and Hawkinson. If they're going to do anything, it's going to go through them two and the run game those first 3 weeks. So we get Chase Brown pulled up to the 110. That's a decision. I don't like his usage was pretty bullish in the preseason. Yeah, I didn't expect this many either. I did not expect a second first quarter. And the first quarter came out like a day before. Like I got 16 of the first one in. I want to get 25 of it. Like I want to get 20 of this one in probably. And I do think that I was expecting this one to fill slower, but I think it's already 10% filled, so it's not going to fill slower. Drake London to me is I almost just pulled Drake London up to the 108. I think his schedule is awesome for this, and I've not really gotten any of him. Josh Jacobs has an awesome schedule for this specific contest. But so we're going to go ahead and go with Josh Jacobs here. Because they get Dallas week 4, Washington week 2. Week 2 is the easiest bye week. Cleveland's defense, actually, I don't like it as much as other people. Maybe I should have looked at that a little more. But I haven't been able to get much of him because everybody's pulling Josh Jacobs way up for this contest. And I ain't going to lie, CeeDee Lamb, Ashton Genty sounds fun. I don't like the first couple games and Kamara has a really good schedule for this as well. My favorite pick is Tank Bigsby right now for this. I got 43% as I showed earlier in the early stuff. Which I just take Tank Bigsby anytime it's after pick 100. So if I still need an RB, I'll just take him at 104 here. If I'm wrong on that situation, I'm wrong. I mean, if he gets traded, it's probably fine as well. I'll take Hampton. Yeah. I do think that's not a great schedule, but Travion Henderson also has a really good schedule. Week 2, he gets Miami. Week 1, he gets the Raiders. And week 4, he gets the nut outcome in Carolina. I pulled up him a couple times. Yeah, and I think he should go pretty high. With that being said, I think Ramondre is actually a really good pick for this contest as well. Not sure if anybody agrees. So we're going to go ahead and close this poll. We got 21 votes. Captain Planet, 24%. Doug, 24%. Rocco's Modern Life, 14%. And the winner, Scooby Dooby Doo. We are ending that poll. So the winners right now are Scooby-Doo and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. We'll just take Rashee Rice here, assuming that he doesn't I'm basically hedging my bet on the other contest. Because I've got a lot of him everywhere. So I think I just need to be overweight here. Because if he is actually not suspended for the first 4 games, he's a screaming value in my opinion. So I just take him in the 4th round generally when he's there. I was okay pulling up Kamara as well, but I think Rice in the 4th here makes a lot of sense. I would take Rice over Adams, over Pickens easily. I would take him over Marvin Harrison and Garrett Wilson and JSN pretty easily. Mike Evans, I think Mike Evans has a really good schedule as well. That week 1 Tampa Bay Atlanta game feels like maybe a game to target for DFS. Are you still here, Bink King? I kind of love that game. Like the possible explosive nature of Mike Evans, Egbuka, Bucky Irving, Drake London, Bijan Robinson. You get some low-priced quarterbacks, and like you get a low-priced quarterback in Michael Penix. Like week 1 DFS stuff, I really like Drake London, and like I think it's an awesome pick. Yeah, no, they do have a rough wide receiver schedule. I agree. James Conner gets Carolina and New Orleans. Like, I think he's a smash. Yep. I can't remember the last time Kansas City beat the Ravens. So, yeah. I will say this, like the Ravens historically in the regular season just absolutely demolish the best teams, right? Like whenever they go up against the good teams, they generally like just absolutely destroy them and then lose to the Browns the next week. Like, you know, you're a Ravens fan, right? Like, so do I think that's going to happen with KC? I don't think so with KC, but we've seen it with like other teams. Yeah, I was very close to the Brees pick, but I am very, very on board. Are you okay? Zay Flowers. Zay Flowers was on the board. Oh, yes. We are the ultimate play down to our opponent team. I agree. That is what we do. I agree. Deebo Samuel, I think, is an awesome pick for this as well. You get Atlanta week 4. The Giants have a really good defensive front. And so do the Raiders. And the quick passes the quick schemed up passes are really good to beat those kind of defenses. And that is what Deebo Samuel will be doing this year. So I think that he has a reasonable schedule for this as well. Better than Terry McLaurin, who's going to have to get, or like a Jalen Lane or Noah Brown. Like, because those have to like actually get open a little bit more downfield, more than Deebo, I believe, will have to. And that's kind of the same thing with Rashee Rice, right? Like, he's going to get all the early stuff. The Philadelphia, like, Rashee Rice being like, I'm curious what's going to happen in the Philadelphia game with Rice. Because I think the way he attacks, I think having him there makes everything work just so much better, just for our team. So I'm just kind of curious, like, if it'll help open things up. We all know that Kyle Hamilton destroys games, right? What do I want? I'm going to take Matthew Golden here. There are still RBs I like that are available. And I'm not worried about Matthew Golden's week 1. Like, and then he gets Washington week 2 and Dallas for the finals. Like, that seems awesome. And if we can get to 25 likes, I'll do another one of these. We are at 19. So we need 6 more likes. This is my 3rd draft, and we've only got 19 likes. So we definitely need to do better than that if I'm going to draft a 4th team. So, and I'm perfectly fine not. I still need to watch some of the games. I need to do that last SBS draft, and I have like 8 games still to watch. Hey, what's up, Stephen WC? Thanks for popping in. Yep. How is your day going? All kinds of news going on today. I'm kind of hoping that the trade happened. Like, I feel like we're really, really close to the Travis Etienne or whatever his name is trade. Like, Tank Bigsby. Like, I think we're very close to that being done. Like, incredibly close. Yeah. We snagged Keon Coleman. He's a spike week guy. He gets Miami defense week 3 and New Orleans week 4. Nice. So I was the guy. I had 15% Tootin before the combine, before, like when his ADP was 225. Like, I was one of the reasons that he had an ADP basically to start. And whenever he steamed up, I was the guy that said I don't like it here because it's still just hype until it happens. That because I still profiled him as a 4th or 5th round pick, which in this draft class is fine, but he was also landing spot dependent and a good flyer early. So I just didn't want to play. Like, I already got him a bunch at his best value, so I didn't chase him up the board. But I'm basically 15% now as well. I don't know what I think I only ended in pre-draft like 9 or 10%, but my ADP was pretty good. Yeah, I only ended 8.5% because I basically stopped drafting him when he started going in round 13. He's still going at the same spot though. I mean, this is a value. I mean, I will let it randomize here. I don't have a share. We'll just do this. We'll let it pick. We'll see. The Lord says I need Tank Bigsby and no Travis Etienne. So thou shalt have Tank Bigsby. Just get to 50% exposure, Tank Bigsby on this. That feels right. I personally would click Addison at like 140. Like if he was there at like 140, 150, I think I'm okay taking him. I don't want this, but I could see Kansas City. I could absolutely see KC being like, they were rumored to be talking to teams about getting a veteran running back. I don't think Elijah Mitchell has a chance to make the team. I don't want it because I really like Rashard Smith, who actually played with the first team offense, got 2 passes. One was a bad throw in front of him that he dove and almost caught. And the other one was a really good play, like just a solid play. So I don't want it at all, but I could see Kansas City being the team that he goes to. Like, I could really see that. And like for my backs, like I've been pushing up Pacheco for a while. I've got like 11% him. I've got 11% Rashard Smith, and I've got no Travis Etienne. So I absolutely don't want that. I think like the obvious answers are Dallas and the Texans, but like I think the one nobody like he doesn't like if Bigsby gets moved, I think Bigsby goes to the Bears. And if ETN gets moved, I could see him getting moved to the Chiefs. Like, if I were to pick only one team, that would be the one team I would say. And it's like worst case scenario. Like, absolutely worst case scenario. We've got 17 viewers. We're up to 22 likes. Need 3 more likes by the end of this for my 4th draft. It's kind of crazy if Mixon doesn't play this year. Nico feels even better. Yeah. Whenever the Mixon stuff started seeming real grim, I moved Nico up to the 108 and started taking a bunch of him myself. So the one reason, like, I think the Jaguars, like, and Steve will argue this, but I think the Jaguars as an organization profile Tootin as an ETN type. So if they like Tootin, and like LaQuint Allen does kind of the same stuff as well, I think ETN is the player that doesn't fit that offense anymore if they like both rookies. So that's why I think he will be the one that gets moved. Jordan Love goes. That sucks. I guess we'll just have to settle for the JJ to JJ stack. Guess we'll just have to do that. I would have taken Addison if he came back around. I think he could be. I'm targeting T-Hawks heavy. Yes. Hawkinson goes early in this. He usually goes before. In most of the drafts I've personally done, Hawkinson has went before Laporta in this. And I think that's 100% the way it should be. Steve said, no, I agree. They originally thought that about Tootin. Not sure if the Jags coach staff sees that. Yeah, right. Like, and even if you are correct, it doesn't matter if the Jags coaching staff believes that he's profiles that way, right? Because they're going to try to use him that way. And LaQuint Allen absolutely profiles like that. So I do think that ETN's the one that gets moved. And like looking over all the rosters, like KC makes a lot of sense. The Niners would have made a lot of sense too. Like, I generally don't take, I don't know. We're just going to pull up Bryce. I need a second quarterback. I've been shut out a quarterback once or twice in these because they just go high. I was really hoping to get the stack for Love. One of the only people you can backstack, like, with confidence is Bryce Young. Who will fall prey to the Joe Mixon auto draft? My guess is, let's look. My guess is this. No, they just took somebody. So, I mean, in all honesty, like, he should absolutely not get taken, right? And they don't have to. They could just cut him. You know, like, they're not going to, but they could. Right, and I don't think they're making a playoff push, Mackay. Yeah, like going through all the teams, though, I don't see a lot of situations that are like, maybe the Packers, maybe Green Bay would be interested in a number 2 that has receiving upside behind Josh Jacobs. Like, they were kind of, I could see the Packers kind of being over Marshawn Lloyd, not being able to stay healthy, although they like him as a prospect. Like, that could be a weird situation as well. That would tank. Like, I think that would actually hurt Josh Jacobs quite a bit because Josh Jacobs is a capable receiver. He's just not a great receiver. He's fine at catching the ball. He just doesn't usually explode afterwards and get massive yards, right? You better be taken. He does not. So yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and take Romeo Doubs here. So the team right now, we have JJ McCarthy, Bryce Young. There he goes. RBs, Jacobs, Hampton, Connor, Bigsby. Wide receivers, JJ, Rushy, Debo, Golden, and Dobbs, and Keon Coleman, and Tucker Kraft. So we got 3 Green Bay pass catchers. We're playing that they're going to be behind in a lot of games. Like Detroit, Washington, and Dallas should all be high-scoring games, assuming Green Bay's decent. And like Cleveland, that week, it's a 25% advance. Like I could get cooked that week with the Green Bay stacks, but you gotta, like, I don't love the triple stacks in this, but I think that all those players kind of do work well together. Dante Thornton's probably a pretty good pick in this as well. And I'll just say it. Britton Strange, Carolina, Cincinnati feels amazing. I knew I wasn't going to get it, but I just wanted to say that. I think we're going to go ahead and just take a 4th or a 5th running back at Rico Dowdle. He should be the receiving option. Not many people are probably going to stack Bryce Young with Rico, but I could see him getting 2 touchdowns during this stretch out of the backfield if their offense is cooking like I believe they can. And that makes me done at running back. I still need probably 1 wide receiver. This is probably going to be a 3-5-7-3. So the reason I have a player I want right here. We'll see if it happens. I don't know if it's going to happen, but there is a player I like right there. What is the chat's thoughts? So we have, by the way, we have 4 more rounds to get 2 more likes. I will go over my team, and anybody who asks to be reviewed, I will go over their teams as well. I'm definitely going, like, if we get an extra draft, like an additional one, if we get 25 likes and we get yet a 4th draft, we will stop after 4 for sure. Because I want to get some stuff done before Bestball Jeopardy tonight. Tonight is the championship. We have PPR Tyler on, and for those of you who do not know about Bestball Jeopardy, go sub to Fanspeak Network right now. Tonight, we have PPR Tyler versus Neil Orfield, and waiting in the wings will be Candyman, and the winner of that will play Candyman, and that will be the championship bout. We're going to pull up Joe Flacco naked. That's what we're going to do right here. He gets Cincinnati week 1. Cincinnati week 1. Like, week 1, all I got to do is beat the pod. So I want a player against Cincinnati every chance I can in every format. Yes, Trey Hendrickson will help, but I still think that the thesis is solid. Jalen Coker was another player I was willing to take there, but I think I'm fine with just the saying that it's going to be JJ to JJ mostly. Bryce Young has some rushing upside, and I don't mind. I'm going to be a slappy right here and do this. And then if Sanders makes it back around, I'll take Sanders as well. But that is what we're going to do. We got 26 likes. We will be doing another one of these. We take Harold Fannin. That's why we pulled up Flacco so high, so we could make sure to get both of them. I do think that he's going to be part of the offense early and often. And I think that he's going to be a quick outlet guy. And against Baltimore, that's something that is going to be needed. And yes, I definitely need another tight end for sure. I like Juwan Johnson's schedule as well. Tyler Higbee is fantastic for this. The only problem with the Rams, like I don't like Puka in this contest that much because Houston week 1 is rough. Like the scariest thing about the Matt Stafford injury risk, Houston's defensive line is scary good. And I could see them hitting Stafford a lot week 1. And if Stafford, I don't think that's the team they want to be playing if Stafford's back is still hurt, right? This is a fun contest. Right, yeah, I did 16 of the first one. It took me 16 drafts to get a single Bijan Robinson share. I didn't get a pick 1 or 2 until the 16th draft. And I think Bijan might just be the best pick in this. And I just kept doing them until I got a Bijan share. Hey, it looks like we get JT Sanders all the way back. We could take Deontay Johnson. We could take Isaiah Bond. Look at that. Isaiah Bond is available. I've been scooping Quentin Johnston in the last round whenever I can. Why is Sky Moore even being drafted? Do people really think that when the ball's thrown to him on the Niners, number one, that he's, even with the injuries, that he's startable? And number two, that when the ball actually gets thrown to him, that he's actually going to catch the ball? Right? Why? If I'm going to take somebody, it's absolutely Robbie Chosen, right? I'm not saying I'm going to do it, but if I'm going to take one of these wide receivers on the Niners, it's Robbie Chosen, absolutely. But I don't know. I'm talking about it. Let's do it. I feel really good about the team, so let's take a swing here. Also, by the way, I don't know where he went. Where did Pearsall go? I think Pearsall may be. I took Pearsall at 47 over George Pickens in this contest today. I pulled him all the way up. Look at this schedule. You get at Seattle, at New Orleans, Arizona, Jacksonville. That's a schedule. And I don't think Juwan Jennings is going to be out there the first couple of weeks. I'm getting that feeling that they are. Yeah. Only Chosen Anderson team. Hell yeah. We're going to get to that 374 seat final with the only Robin Chosen team out there. We're going to have a clear out, and he's going to put up negative 0.7 points. He's going to get 3 yards and a fumble. And we're going to be like, look at how bold I was. Look at how good this pick is. We got 3 yards and a fumble. That's the run out. We're going to go over the team real quick. We got a 3-5-7-3. J.J. McCarthy, Bryce Young, Joe Flacco. RBs, Josh Jacobs, Amari Hampton, James Conner. That is an awesome RB room. I think I disagree with people on how good this schedule is. I just can't get Jacobs ever. So I took him here, and I have a lot of JT in this, so I thought I'd diversify a little bit. And then Tank Bigsby, James Conner, and Dowdle. Love that. Wide receivers, Jefferson, Rashi, Debo, Golden, Keon, Dobbs, Chosen. I went way too heavy on Green Bay. I have 4. This isn't a great draft because I took too many Green Bay pieces. Like, when I take Jacobs, I shouldn't also take 3 pass catchers in this contest. And I got sniped on Jordan Love. Like, I could have taken him early, but I didn't want to. But Matthew Golden, Keon Coleman, Romeo Dobbs, Robbie Chosen, and then Tucker Kraft, Harold Fannin, Jatavian Sanders. I like it. We are back. We are going to enter in 10 seconds. Another first quarter. I love this contest. I'm probably going to do my Rottweilers with Superflex off stream. I think I'm going to actually record them and see if I can figure out how to post them as a video. So we're going to do that. We are waiting on 5 for anybody who wants in. 5 spots. I would rather draft Deontay for this contest. Deontay Thornton, absolutely. Like, I don't even think it's close. Jacoby Myers might get moved. Then we got Thornton actually playing with the ones. They're targeting him. Like, they're actively targeting him downfield. They're going to use him as a field stretcher to open up the underneath stuff. Like, that's their plan for him. So I think it's Thornton. I don't honestly think it's very close. We got Aaron Sandy at the 102. JTY, whoever this is, they were in the last draft. J Tyler Underdog, maybe? I think it's J Tyler Underdog. Aaron Sandy at the 2. King Jiggly, love the name. Pepper Tony at the 8. Steve at the 9. Dak 44, 488 Lamb here at the 10. James Young at the 11. And we got the 12. Wonder if James Young will pop in. I haven't seen James Young around for a while. The Century, he's a very takesy drafter. Knows what he's talking about, but definitely likes his takes. I also like my takes, so I respect it. Like, he's had a finals team. He says, I've had a finals team every year, so that's more than I can say, because my first year I did 75 drafts total and got no finals teams. I had a bunch of semifinals teams that year, though. Like, I had 2 semifinals in the BBM that year on 25 drafts, and I was just doing it because of like the large prize. I still like the other style contest a lot more than BBM. If I'm going to do some more like $20 contest, I think I'm just gonna start doing sprints. I could see myself getting into the sprint game next week pretty heavy. I like that contest more anyway. Yes, the grand prize isn't like leave your like never work again kind of stuff, but I don't need that. I don't hate my job, and I love talking football. Like, I could do this, and like winning the sprint isn't nothing, right? Like, it would change my life, you know. Like, I would be able, like, number one, it'd be great for the brand. So winning any contest would be good for the brand. Leverage. I'm surprised Steve didn't take Robbie Chosen right there. Robbie Chosen was a pretty good pick. Yeah, and Nico Collins has a pretty good schedule as well. I like Brian Thomas a lot here. I'll get to that right after I draft. We're going to go Brian Thomas and Drake London here. I generally try to make sure I have an RB by now, but I think I haven't done many push RB builds. I might try that here just to see what it looks like. Dynasty question: Ken Walker and Ayuk plus 26 and 20. That is an interesting question. I mean, if you're trying to win this year, like, it matters on what you think on Ayuk. Like, the Ayuk stuff feels pretty bad right now. And if you're trying to win this year, I still think that's slightly overpaying. I think it's slightly overpaying. I kind of think Ken Walker and the 26-27 for Neighbors is fair. The Ayuk added feels like a little much. Like, I would probably try to roll the 26 first into 26 second if you could. If you were going to do something like that. I think it's a little steep myself. What does the rest of the chat think? Because, like, if Ayuk comes back and is half the player he used to be, he's still a really good player, right? I think it's a little much. Like, Neighbors is awesome. And it also, so number one, it also depends on the league. Is it an 8-man? Is it a 10-man? Is it a 12-man? Is it a 14-man? In an 8-man league, I think I do this. Like, in an 8-man league, the elite players matter more. In a 14-man league, depth matters a little more. So a 10-man league, I think I'm going to stick with what I said. I don't think I would, but I do think it's a little more fair. I generally look at the trades as like a 12 or a 14-man. Like, most of my dynasties are actually 16-mans. So, like, the elites don't matter as much. Like, they're awesome. And when you get them, like, you need a haul for them. I think that's a fairish trade, but I wouldn't give up both first. I'll take a James Cook share here. And we're doing the bit. We're probably doing Rashee Rice here. I don't know. I'll take a rare share of Marvin Harrison, actually. New Orleans, Carolina, San Francisco, Seattle feels pretty good for a schedule. I guess I do kind of like him for this contest if he's going to go down here at the turn. Okay. I just love the top elite guys and Walker with the Q tag attached all year. Which side of it were you getting? Were you getting Neighbors or were you getting Walker? So for me, I think I'm big into I do really good work myself assessing first round draft capital. Yeah, and that's another question. Is it full PPR? If it's full PPR, it may lean towards Neighbors as well. Yeah, I think it's in a 10-man full PPR. I think it's pretty fair. I like my rookie draft picks because I generally draft really well in the rookie drafts. So if you're somebody who doesn't do as much research and you don't feel as comfortable with your rookie stuff, I can see doing that. And Neighbors is an awesome play. In a 10-man, the elites do matter a little more as well. It is a bit much. I think I would counter with a second instead of a first. I think that still is the right answer. Like on either one, on the 2027 or the 2026. I think I would move one of those to a second rounder instead. And I think that would be fair because the Brandon Ayuk, like that's not a throw. Like that's a big part of this. Like it's a gamble, but it's a big part of it. And if you have, I'm assuming, how much depth do you have at running back as well? I'm assuming K Walker is like your third or fourth running back. That matters a lot too. Like if he's like your third or fourth RB, like I don't think you're giving him up if he's your number 2 RB. If he's a starter. Yeah, like or just ask for a second back instead of giving. Like I would just say instead of giving up your second, give up a third. But if you want to ask for a second back as well, like that makes sense. So you would be starting Monty instead. So who would Neighbors be replacing in your lineup as well? Because like if it's a gigantic, like Monty to K Walker is a drop off, but if you're replacing like Jacoby Myers or something, like absolutely do the deal. So I'm huge on them, but I don't like Pollard's schedule for this tournament. I do kind of like RJ Harvey for this. Actually, Devonta Smith should not be down here. So we're going to go Pacheco and we're going to go Devonta Smith. Like I love Devonta Smith this year, and his schedule is pretty okay. Like Nico, CD, Cup, Ayuk, and Mooney. Do you start 3 then, or are you just planning on flexing? So you already have Nico, CD. So you basically going from Cup to David, like Cup. K Walker to David Montgomery, Malik Neighbors. I do think that's an upgrade. I don't think that's a gigantic upgrade myself. Oh, you can start 4. So there's 2 flexes. Is it 3 wide receivers then, or is it 2 flexes? Okay. I think I value keeping the K Walker then myself, because down the stretch you might get Ayuk as well, and you keep your picks next year. Like I think I would myself. I think the 2 first with that is just too much. I think K Walker, Ayuk, and a pick for Neighbors makes absolute sense. Even 2 picks, if they're not both first, makes some sense. But like Nico, CD plus Neighbors sounds fun. Like it would be hard to not want to have that much fun, right? Like if you want to do it, like I think it's fair enough. I personally wouldn't do it, but like I told you, I value my rookie picks a lot. So that's what I would do. I would counter with a lower pick or getting a pick back if you want to do it. You have Daniels and Bucky. Yeah, so is it super flex or is it just regular flex? I would love a David Montgomery share down here, but Steve ain't going to let that happen. Steve not doing his normal build either. So Jordan Mason would be a good pick for me. This is not my normal draft. I absolutely needed him to fall. We're just going to take J.K. Dobbins too. He's named the starter. I'm not sure how much I buy it, but he does play, like, he does get Cincinnati week 4, right? And Tennessee, like, I could see the Broncos beating Tennessee pretty badly week 1 and Dobbins to be in cleanup mode at the end. So I do think that that's a decent pick for week 1 even. The team right now, we have a 4-4. James Cook, Pacheco, Jordan Mason, J.K. Dobbins. Wide receivers, Brian Thomas, Drake London, Marvin Harrison, Devonta Smith. Like, this is a stop at 6 wide receiver group for sure. Like, I'm going to just rely on those top 4 guys. Like, without having to worry about bye weeks, I could probably honestly stop at 5. Like, I honestly believe I could stop at 5 wide receivers here. I probably won't, just for variance reasons, but I do believe that it would be possible with this team. So not sure if I helped, but like, I don't think it's an unfair trade, but it's not a trade I would personally do with your team either. You're going to notice that I don't personally make a lot of trades in Dynasty. I generally kind of stick, like, I know everybody loves Dynasty because they love trading and all that, and I love trading too, but I only look at teams that have things that I need, and I give them things that they need. Like, if they have a hole where I have a gain, like where I have excess, I send those people offers, and only those people. And I basically send an offer that's acceptable the first time. And a lot of people in Dynasty like to nickel and dime trades, and I just don't get behind it. I generally like to, like, wait till middle of the season and then make trades. If I'm trying to rebuild, I like to do it middle of the season. And like you're looking to dominate early. And I will say, I love Malik Neighbors week 1 versus Washington. So if you want to do the trade, I would definitely do it before the season. Like, week 1, I think Steve will agree. Malik Neighbors week 1 versus Washington feels like an awesome place to be. Well, let's just continue the Tank Bigsby hype. We'll be done at running back. James Cook, Pacheco, Mason, Dobbins, Bigsby, done at running back. We got a Cincinnati piece here. We have Brian Thomas, Drake London, Marvin Harrison. I love this team. I really like this. Hopefully I can get 2 quarterbacks stacked at the next turn. Those 2 hopefully are there. If not, we'll just have to take we'll just have to take 2 quarterbacks either way, no matter what. So, what time is the Fanspeak Network? Is that in an hour, Steve? Oh, it's in 30 minutes. I will link that as soon as I am done with this draft. I will definitely be linking that for everybody who is not in. We got it is in 30 minutes. I will definitely be cooking food and listening to that. Sounds like a good time. I need to do my my fourth SBS draft for the night to get my spin tomorrow. That is something that we definitely need to do. Trevor Lawrence goes all the way over here. Rough. Like, that feels rough. Austin Eckler's an awesome pick right now in all formats. Steve and I feel pretty good having 15 to 17% Eckler. Like, I'm not going to end there because you can't get Eckler now. Like, people love Eckler now with good reason. Where did Bill go? Bill at 83. I can't get there. I can't get there. If I get cooked by Bill, I get cooked by Bill. Like, it's possible. It is possible. I'm not saying that it doesn't scare me, but it is very possible that I get cooked by Bill. We're just going to do the super stack on Michael Penix and take some random quarterbacks later. We got David Njoku. We got Michael Penix. We got Kyle Pitts. So we got the Kyle Pitts, Drake London, Penix stack. We have Njoku versus Cincinnati week 1. We're done there. We may just go 4 quarterbacks and like I am not able to get my stacks at all. So I'm probably not going to pull up Flacco as high as I did last time. I might just pull him up to the next round. I don't know. I do think he's a good pick for this format. But maybe I just do that. Maybe, yeah, we're just going to ignore ADP completely. And we're just going to take, like, Joe Flacco, I think, is an awesome pick for DFS week 1 as well. Like, I like the Joe Flacco, Njoku, Cedric Tillman stack. I think that feels pretty good in DFS for week 1. And I've been playing that through these first quarters as well. Like, try to get some Flacco, Njoku, and Tillman stuff. So if you want Flacco, you better take him at 154 because he ain't coming back. We got let's see what Steve's doing here. He's got Nico Collins, Hero RB, Jonathan Taylor, Tyreek. I haven't clicked Tyreek in a long time. Devontae Adams, Ricky Pearsall, 57. That's an absolute value. I think Ricky Pearsall should be going up at the front end of this round in this contest. RJ Harvey at 64. He gets Cincinnati week 4. That feels good. David Montgomery, 81. Absolute value. Tyler Warren, Tucker Kraft, Mims, Stroud, Scadaboo. Yeah, this is... Who would have thought that Steve ends up with Scadaboo? Who would have ever thought that this happened right here? Anybody surprised? Anybody in the chat at all? Anybody at all surprised? This guy is not surprised. Not in the slightest, Steve. Daniels and Bucky. Yeah, but once again, Justin, like it's a trade that I don't think it's unruly. Either way, kind of go on your vibes, what you feel. I think I keep the draft. I love draft picks though. Like, I'll show you. I want to show you my dynasty team, Victor and I's dynasty team. We're just taking quarterbacks. So I will look this up right now. So this league has been around for this is the 4th year. It's a salary cap league. Where's it show champions? basically we've won 2 of 3 years, and we were in the semifinals the year we didn't win. We changed our name to Brown, Brown, and Brown because we have Chase Brown, AJ Brown, and Amon-Ra St. Brown. Not only that, it's super flex. We have Baker, Brock Purdy, Xavier Worthy, and Justin Jefferson, and Devon Achane. Like, this is what a nutted team looks like. I think it's defensible. I just think the variance through the extra weeks will be hard. I also think like Solo, Bowers, or McBride. McBride has a better schedule. I think Solo McBride is feasible in this as well. So this is our starters in a 12-man league. So and then this is our bench is a little rough. Aaron Rodgers, and then Quinn Ewers, Ollie Gordon, Jarquez, Tony Pollard, Scadaboo, Brown, Bryant, Torrey Horton, Polk, Christian Watson we picked up for next year. So it's a salary cap league. And this right here is the salary. We have a $300 salary cap, or $325. You have to be under 300. There's a $25 cap increase after the rosters are set, just to accommodate trades during the season. Rookies go up $1 after, or $2 after each year, and veterans go up $5 each year. So rookies that were drafted with a draft pick, right? So like Ollie Gordon, we took in the free agent draft, but if he's a smash, he's worth $10 next year, right? So a lot of our picks are people we took that way. As you see, we got Achane. Like, I drafted Chase Brown as a rookie, Achane as a rookie, Laporta as a rookie, Worthy as a rookie, Jarquez Hunter, Pat Bryant. That's a miss, but I do pretty well with my rookie picks. So I value my rookie picks because I generally do pretty well with them. And a lot of my dynasty leagues look pretty loaded like that. So that's why I don't do it. But if I don't like, let's talk about the draft real quick. I think we just take some Coker here. Is this a Tyler Lockett team? I was hoping Chig came back. What pick is this? I don't know. Yeah, I think we just take Troy Franklin here. Another player that plays Cincinnati week 17 or week 4. I don't mind that. Like, we're playing the Thielen trade game right there. But yeah, that's my Fantrax dynasty team. Like, we're thin, but absolutely dominant. Stafford, Jones. So I about went with the fourth quarterback because my stacks got taken. Like, I'm going to add. Io Manor already went. That feels weird. I'll take a Tyler Lockett share here. Hey, what's up, Victor? Co-owner of the Fantrax team I was just showing y'all. No wonder I'm being forced to go to solo quarterback. It has nothing to do with the guy that took Joe Flacco at 156. That guy knows ball. The guy taking Daniel Jones at 184, he doesn't know ball. Joe Flacco at 156 is a ball knower's sake. Yeah, quarterbacks go crazy here. Who is your solo quarterback, though, Pepper Tony? I mean, Patrick Mahomes, solo quarterback? It could be Jackson Dart. I'm very curious to see what happens with the Browns and Shedeur Sanders, Kenny Pickett, because one of those two is getting cut. So, question is, which one is it? Juwan Johnson's a good pick here. You better take Tyler Higbee now. I think all of those, like, definitely want one of the tight ends and definitely want Tyler Lockett here. So we will peak at RB. I've been actually taking a decent amount of Dameon Pierce in this contest as well. All right, the team 3-5-7-3. Very low projected points for this team. I don't care. I think it's fine. Michael Penix, Joe Flacco, Cam Ward. Running backs: James Cook, Pacheco, Mason, Dobbins, Take Bigsby. Wide receivers: Brian Thomas, Drake London, Marvin Harrison, Devonta Smith, Coker pulled up, Troy Franklin pulled up, Tyler Lockett pulled up, Njoku, Pitts, and Juwan Johnson. So we have some plays. I don't know that I love it. I love everything except where I had to pull up Flacco. Did you take Malik? I think Malik Washington's a very good pick here in this contest. But I want to thank everybody for coming out. If you enjoyed the content, please smash the like and hit the sub if you are not subbed. If you're over on X, come on over to the YouTube side afterwards. Username is just Who Hames, as it is on the screen. Look it up on YouTube. Smash the sub. Come support me. And here in 18 minutes, I just linked a video. That is the Bestball Jeopardy finals. If you all care about that, there is a link. I will see most of you over there in that chat. And I will be back tomorrow, 2 p.m. Central. Steve and I will be going over all the games for Week 3 preseason and the current roster cuts, all the stuff that's going on. I'll see everybody then. Peace.